Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
What's going on, guys? It's Filthy and I'm back with another video. Today we're taking a look at the Captain America Crusader, which is an off-meta push build, otherwise known as Legacy Dreams Blast Shield. Now, I'm going to show you my spec. We've done GR 100 with about 4 minutes to spare. The LOD gem wasn't maxed. My other legendary gems were like mid 80s. We didn't have any augments, so 0 augs. We've got a few gear pieces that are just plain wrong. They've just got nice stats on them. So I reckon if I could have all the items that I needed, we could maybe do 105 with it with 800 Paragon and like similar level gems. I'm hoping that when we juice it up, we can maybe get 110 to 115. So, we're going to push the board, see if we can get above some shotgun players. Captain America for the win. So if you fancy come check that out on stream, link is in the description. Now obviously 800 Paragon, this is a new account, it's a totally new character for this season, and obviously it's quite hard to get everything perfected, so I will talk after we've shown you the spec as to where I'm looking to take the build, some of the decisions that I'm going to make in the future. But other than that, guys, let's jump in and take a look. So Blast Shield, it's a Legacy Dreams build. We need this gem, the LOD gem, at rank 99. It's not too hard to get it up there. This is a powerful build. You just keep adding ancients. You've got open slots across the build, so it's not too bad to get up to like tier 97, tier 98. Obviously that will get you your max gem. Now when it is maxed, if you do have everything ancient, it's like a 10k damage mod. I'm missing the weapon. This hurts me like what, 20%, 25% extra damage if I've got a nice ancient one. So fingers crossed RNG users will have one of those on stream, please. But yeah, the gem's pretty good. It also adds 52% damage reduction, so damage and toughness straight out the gate. Now Blast Shield has got 3 major modifiers. So you've got Falcon's Foot. This removes the resource cost, so you can just sit here and spam your little kiwis. Or T-Bone Stakes if you pick the fire rune, but I've gone with the kiwis, which is the holy rune, so it doesn't cost any resource, which is nice, and we get a 350% damage mod. Now Akan's Leniency in the cube, this gives us 40% extra on every blast shield. It stacks, so as many as you can get out in 3 seconds will be your kind of modifier, and then obviously it drops off. So this will fluctuate up and down depending on how many enemies you hit. So the more enemies you hit, the bigger this multiplier is. Without checking the footage, I can't be sure, but this can get up to like 40 times, so you can get quite a lot of damage. I'll show you how we juice up attack speed and get loads of hits out. Khan's Manacles, this gives us 500% against the first enemy hit, so obviously that first shield really does crack pretty hard. Really good for the Rift Guardian. Now ideally I don't want these in the cube, but again we'll get to the swaps at the end. So they're the kind of major modifiers. We've also got a COE, so holy damage, because that's the rune that we've got on here, Shattering Throw. 200% extra damage. Now the good news is there's nothing to activate in this spec, so you don't need to pop anything. There's no kind of mechanic. Maybe that'll come later as I try and squeeze a bit more out of the build, but at the moment super brainless. It's just extra damage when it's up. Other than that, you can take blast shield damage on your boots, so that will be another modifier. You can also get it on helm. I guess you could probably get it on your shield, so that would be another place. Now the jacking board also gives us a mod, so up to 400%. So this shield's a bit crappy. I could do with another like 25% worth of damage if I got this near the 400% max. It also allows it to ricochet to 6 enemies. Again, that is kind of important. The reason this is important is because the pain enhancer. So whenever we crit, we get a bleed effect. I don't think this does that much damage. I mean, it probably helps, but it's not doing heavy lifting for us. What it does is it gives us a 3% attack speed bonus for every enemy within 20 yards who bleeds. Now we've got a ricochet here for 6. The rune will ricochet off to 3. And obviously the more hits we get, the more attack speed we get, the bigger this Akan Leniency bonus. You can jack this up quite a lot. So it starts off a little slow, and as you chuck out the shields, they bash around stuff, you crit, you increase your attack speed, and you just become this like wrecking ball of just shields flying everywhere. So it is kind of nice. You just hop in your ocular circles, DPS, and it is pretty good. Now, other than that, I think it's pretty much toughness. So, I mean, I suppose damage-wise, we do have the Stricken. You're going to need that for the Rift Guardian. It is slower on the Rift Guardian than anything else, but obviously you do extra damage with the Stricken and it stacks over time. And because you can attack very quickly, it does build up fairly fast. Again, a Guardian with adds is just perfect because you can use your Pain Enhancer and just get more and more shields out. And then belt-wise, we've gone for Witching Hour, just extra crit damage, extra attack speed. In terms of toughness, on top of the LOD gem, well, we've got an Aquila Cuirass. We're never spending any resource, so your secondary roll on here doesn't matter. It's just a straight doubling of your toughness, which is pretty good. Unity, again, doubles the toughness. You just need a follower with the token that makes them invulnerable, and they need a unity as well. Other than that, most of the toughness is going to be handled by our skills, but we do have the kind of stone gauntlets and also ice climbers combo. Now, stone gauntlets add armor, so every time you get whacked, you get another 50% armor, maxing out at 250. Now, it comes with a negative, which is reduced attack speed and reduced move speed. Akarat's Champion negates these, so if you've got this up, the stone gauntlets don't have the negative effect, but obviously you can't keep this up, you just don't have enough cooldown. So take ice climbers, it completely removes the negative effects of the stone gauntlets, so pretty much you're just in the middle of stuff, bashing shields out, and the more you get hit, the tougher you are. Now, that does allow us to take strength gems in the chest and pants, so we can squeak out a bit more damage through that, so that's pretty good. We've got Leoric's Crown. This will double the gem in the helm, so cooldown obviously very important for uptime on abilities, so we're taking that just to kind of get that extra 25% if we can. Pants is completely open. Ideally you want Witch Doctor Kex, but again, 800 Paragon, I haven't done enough bounties to get these reforged yet, but ultimately until you get them, just anything with really nice stats. Shoulders, again, totally open. I'd probably just pick a craftable pair because it's really easy to then to get like area damage and cooldown are basically the stats you want. Now, in theory, Pauldrons of the Skeleton King would give you a benefit. You get a chance at res, basically. It's just a pain in the arse doing bounties, so I'd go craftable, but, you know, that's up to you. Now, we've got Flavour of Time, which is going to double the pile-on effect. Again, I don't really want this in the cube, but this is a very hard item to get to roll well. So I've, at the moment, just got this. This is a complete piece of junk amulet other than the stats. It doesn't carry any benefit, but it's got double crest on there, so if I could be bothered doing Ubers, a Hellfire here would be nicer. It would give me an extra passive. But long-term wise, I'm going to be moving the Flavour of Time over to the character, and then we'll have this slot free here. So that will probably go to either a Justice Lantern, again on the character because it rolls a block chance, which gives us more damage reduction, or ideally a Stone of Jordan, just again boosting up the elemental and elite damage. So Unity would then come in the cube, and then one of these two go on the characters. That's kind of where I'm going to head with the gear. But other than that, I'd say most of this stuff I'm fairly set on. So other than that, let's have a look at the skills. Now, we've got quite a few things to support toughness here. So Blessed Shield is the damage. So the Shattering Throw will ricochet to 3. It breaks into 3 fragments, just hits more enemies. Obviously that, again, Pain Enhancer, extra damage. Akarat's Champion Prophet, again, is more damage. We get this huge 150% armor. We also get a free death, cheat death for free. When this is up, we are pretty much plain sailing at the moment, but we do have some other defensive abilities that will help out when this comes off cooldown. So Iron Skin will give us 50% damage reduction for 7 seconds. So again, you kind of want to try and save it when you don't have Akarat's Champion, but just play it by ear. Elemental stuff still does hurt at this difficulty level. Laws of Justice, Immovable Object. This gives us all res as a passive. Huge all res when we pop it, and huge armor, so it's a mega toughness buff. Again, try and save it for emergencies if you don't have Akarats up, but just play it by ear. Totally situational. If you need it, pop it. Condemned Vacuum is here to group, so this will suck enemies towards us. Again, obviously it helps with the Pain Enhancer. The more enemies within 20 yards, the kind of higher we can get that bonus going, so not massively essential. One thing we could do is we could use this to proc strong arm braces, so that again is another gear piece that maybe is under consideration for moving forwards. And Shield Glare Uncertainty, this is just here for crowd control, so we blind and we also charm for 8 seconds, 50-50 on the charm, so again you can really avoid a lot of incoming damage. You blast this out and obviously Juggernaut doesn't work, but lots of different enemies, they just stop from hitting you, and it allows you to build up your blast shield stacks, and then obviously you can dump out your DPS. Passives wise, we've got Fervor. The extra cooldown is just brilliant. Attack speed, brilliant again, really helps. Holy Cause is probably one of the ones that I'm the least sure of. 10% extra damage because we are using Holy Rune. 1% heal per hit. We do hit very fast, so Life Pool again is something I could do with pumping up a little bit more, so maybe some points in Vitality and Paragon. That would get a bit more value out of the heal, out of the sustain, but this is probably, as I say, the most swappable. Indestructible, I wouldn't take this off. Akarat's Champion, you don't have perma uptime, so you're going to need your cheat death as you reposition or get overwhelmed. And then finery is amazing, 1.5% strength for every socket to gem, so I think we get 15% extra, so there's 10 sockets, so even if you get a shield with a socket, you can keep it, it's another 1.5% strength. So obviously Crusader gears really well, the further you go, the more paragon, the more augments, this just gives you really good value for it. And obviously the strength is more armor, so it kind of synergizes with the Akrat's champion, the laws of justice, and also with the stone gauntlets that we've got. Now, I do think some life per hit somewhere is pretty important because we attack so fast, so I've got it on these gloves because I'm stuck with them. The other roll was life per second, so obviously I'm going to take that off. But ideally, I guess it would probably go on the weapon, you know, roll off the strength for that. Maybe there, maybe you could take it on braces. Again, you could play around with the holy rune, see if that's enough sustain, if you've got a big enough life pool. But one thing that would be very nice would be long arm of the law, so that would increase your laws up to double. Now, as I look to improve this build, get more toughness, get more main stat, one thing I would like to try and do is basically go for laws of valor. This would give us yet even more attack speed, and then we could pick something like critical to give us that critical boost again. So, you know, the law I'm going to play with, but at the moment I just find we need the toughness, and as I say, more main stat will kind of ease those problems. So that's the spec I've got. Where will I be in a few weeks time? Hopefully it's with a nice ancient pair of swamplands on the character. It's presumably with a Khan's Manacle on the character, and then either strong arms. Maybe I could take an Andariel's Visage here and chuck the Leorix in a cube. Really nice to get a flavour of time on the character. Open up this slot here for Unity, and then maybe Stone of Jordan if we've got the toughness. Again, let's say we matched all the elements on the Stone of Jordan, because the new power basically means you can, whatever braces, amulet, you know, Witch Doctor Kex, whatever you've got, as long as they're the same, they all add damage, so that would make it so you could put Mage Fist in the cube. So it's fairly flexible. There are a few things that I'm considering, but at the moment, yeah, it's pretty fun. Now, the rotation's really basic. All you do is use Akrat's champion completely off cooldown. I mean, don't pop it if there's nothing around, obviously, but other than that, you just want to keep spamming this. Iron Skin will give you a bit more toughness when it's off cooldown. Same for Laws of Justice. Just, you know, you manage those two as you can. Shield Glare's obviously nice defensive ability, but other than that, you're just basically hopping into ocular circles, building up your blast shield stacks, and DPSing. I do numlock Condemn because I'm lazy, and it does suck enemies towards us. So again, skills wise, I think there's probably quite a few combinations. There's probably a few things that you could try. But as I say, that's what I used to do the clear with, and then as we get more experience with it, as we add augments, what I'll do is I'll update the D3 planner, so when we get to the end of the season, wherever we are with the gear, I'll stick it in there for you to have a look. I'll put whatever tier it is that we've done as well. So that is the Legacy Dreams Captain America. It is loads of fun. It's really powerful. It's not too far behind Shotgun. I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 tiers, something like that. Personally, I think it's a lot more fun, but obviously some people like Shotgun, so you know, each to their own. So that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you so much to everybody who's come to say hello on Twitch. Special thanks to all the subscribers. Really has made a big difference. Really does help keep the channel going. So I'll see you very soon for some more videos. Take it easy. Peace.